Hey everyone, Blade009, and this is my 23rd review on this channel, and this is of Tokyo Ghoul. Now, Tokyo Ghoul is a relatively very popular anime, or at least it's becoming very popular, in its regards that, the anime is supposedly worse than the manga, but the subject matter is supposed to be very good, and it's supposed to be worthwhile. Now, my opinion is kind of different than what most people are saying, so I'm going to get into that. The basic premise of Tokyo Ghoul is that there are vampiric type creatures running around in Japan, and lo and behold, our main character is infected by one of these creatures. Now, you don't have the same weaknesses that usually you see in vampire movies or genres where you can't walk in the sun, or the main character only essentially feels one thing, and that's hunger. He can smell humans more. He can feel them. He could actually hear their heartbeats, their pulses, their blood, and it makes our character who is just a normal, everyday high school student, it makes him desire to kill people because he needs to feed off of them. And what the show does very well in its initial onset is it deals with the main character having to kind of crave his appetite. He knows he doesn't want to eat people. He thinks it's disgusting, and well, I mean, can't blame him for that, but he tries to avoid every possible interaction with normal people for that reason. And what it comes into is he going to survive? Can he live a life that, now he's a creature that needs to feed on humans? Can he live a life of a normal person? And lo and behold, he learns about an organization that exists that trying to destroy all these creatures, despite some of them not wanting to kill humans, very like him. And even more so that there's other creatures that are just killing people for no reason because they just want to, and sometimes they don't need to feed, they just want to feed for the hell of it. And I'll tell you, the Tokyo Ghoul subject matter and its tone is very dark, and it works for its favor. But I have to agree, there's one thing I do agree with, I think it's the lack of a good plot and story. And I don't think that's the fault of the series, because I think the manga, from what it seems like, I've read a little bit of it already, the manga does have a lot more detail when it comes to, them talking about characters, and the anime tends to shy away a lot of that detail in more favor of very violent fights and very over-the-top animation styles, which, don't get me wrong, I'll tell you right now, Tokyo Ghoul has some beautiful art, beautiful animation, beautiful, I want to say effects that it has, and it's something that, I think the manga can't grab, but at the same time, the anime skips over a lot of details that the manga goes towards, and that's where one of the biggest issues comes right away, is the plot and the story for the anime aren't very good, and it's not that it's not been done before, it's unique in its own right, but it's not that unique in its to make it so it's that great, if that's the wording I'm looking for right there. Overall, Tokyo Ghoul is a show that it's one of those series that people will say, oh, the manga's better, read the manga first. And I would actually agree with that concept. Read the manga before you watch the anime. And I feel that I did this recently. I tried to read the manga first, and then I watched the anime, and I found it's a lot more enjoyable. But for that reason, because a lot of people will not read the manga first, they just want to watch the anime, which is understandable, I have to give Tokyo Ghoul, out of an A through F, I have to give it a C. It's not that it's bad per se. It's got some amazing art. The voice acting Japanese wise is very good. The English, I've seen a little bit of it. It's not bad. But because the story is so kind of busted, I think, on the anime, and it doesn't end a very good note either. It doesn't. I know the second season's coming out, but for now, the way it ends, the way it is, the way they present the story, it's not that great. I would have to say watch the manga first, or read the manga, first, and then watch the anime. And for me to say that, it's something that I don't like having to say, because I don't believe that you need to read the manga first to understand the story. I think that's kind of wrong. But in this case, you have to, and that's why I give Tokyo Ghoul such a low score. Now, would I recommend watching Tokyo Ghoul? I'd say, yeah, watch it. I really would. It's a great anime in its own right. It's just because of the bad plot and the way they kind of dive around the story and the ending of it, it doesn't redeem itself beyond its art. And as great as anime art is, it's not something that should hold a show together solely because it's great art. It needs a good plot, it needs good character pacing, it needs a good story. and Tokyo Ghoul kind of lacks a lot of that. But anyways, guys, this is the end of the review for this one. I hope you guys do well in the next one. I'm gonna also work on a lot more fan reviews coming up soon. It's taking me a little longer than I expected. I'm sorry about that to people who I told them I would do the reviews, but I will get to that. And as always, guys, until our paths cross again in the next review, have a good one. Bye.